Hi, Jackie.
Yes,
Oh, hi. So, where are you now?
I am in California.
Oh, you're in California? Oh,
Mhm.
okay. But most of your workshops are done in France, is that right? Or all over the world?
Yes, our workshop, we started in France in
Uh-huh.
2004, and that's why we have the name French Escapade. And we thought we are going to run just, one location, but people started to ask us for different location. And actually, I'm from Belgium.
Oh, okay.
So people wanted to discover Belgium and they said with a native, it would be nice. So we started to organize workshop to Belgium and then it took off and we are doing Spain and Italy. And actually we are doing 5 locations in France now. So quite a bit of different locations.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So mostly in Europe?
Mostly in Europe, but we have a few in California. So in Santa Barbara, because
Oh,
we
okay.
live in California. So Santa Barbara and San Francisco.
Oh, okay. So, I guess this year, I mean, since the last spring, it must have been pretty hard to run the workshop operation because of the pandemic that we're having now. So, how did you cope with this unexpected situation?
Yeah, that was at first it was devastating for us because
Oh, yeah, of course.
we had to cancel, all the trips because they
Yeah.
were abroad. And so in within 2 weeks, we got the idea to bring the workshops to people's home
Uh-huh.
using Zoom. So we call them VIEW. The workshop are called VIEW, and it stands for Virtual Interactive Escapade, the name of the business,
Uh-huh.
workshop. So
Oh, okay.
virtual because it's on Zoom, interactive because people can ask questions.
Uh-huh.
It's not a webinar. We limit to 16 people.
Okay.
So people can actually talk to the other participant, which they don't during class, but during the break, for example. But they can ask questions directly to the teacher. They can show through the camera, they can show their work. So the teacher
Yeah.
can give them feedback. So we wanted to recreate, a real workshop like in the studio or plein air. So the
Right.
best we could, being virtual. And it took off very fast. So we call it now the V.I.E.W Academy.
Uh-huh.
And we call it Academy because we have 40 different teachers
Wow.
and we run classes almost every day.
40 teachers?
40 different teachers. So,
Wow, that's amazing how you gather all these teachers around. I mean, those are the people who've been conducting workshops through your organization, or did you actually recruit more people for this particular program?
So both, we started, of course, with the teachers that knew us and had run workshop for us in the US and abroad. So we started with them, and then we started to look for more teachers, and the teachers actually referred some of their friends artists. So some teachers started to contact us, and it was at the beginning. Now a lot of people are doing Zoom, but at the beginning people were very reluctant about the technology. How are you going to install your camera to show your
Yeah,
painting?
right.
So they wanted to have a host, and that's what we are the host, and we run the workshop and the session. So we stay during the session, we host the session. So we help with the technology, we help the teacher, but we help also the students. During a class, some people may lose the connection, so they have to leave and come back. So we admit them again to the class. We help them if they have an audio problem.
Right.
So more and more teachers started to contact us. So that's how we came up now with 40
I
teachers.
see. Yeah. So, mostly are they watercolor artists, or do you cover pretty much all the mediums available?
It's mostly watercolor. We had a few oil workshop and pastel
Uh-huh.
and acrylic. Actually, the same teachers doing all, they usually do acrylic. So we have a few, but I would say 90% of the workshop are actually
Right.
watercolor.
Yeah, and I was kind of curious, because when I see your website, I've seen a lot of watercolor workshops. So, is there any reason that you are focusing more on watercolor than other medium?
Yeah, the reason is because we started, like doing the plein air workshops. And when we started 2004, we were doing oil painting and watercolor.
Uh-huh.
But then it's a lot of gear to carry for the people, to
That's
come on the
true.
trip. So slowly they were moving to watercolor. Even the oil painters, they say, "Oh, I'm gonna just travel with my watercolor because I don't need all those paint and all the
Yeah,
easel."
right.
So we slowly, direct ourselves to watercolor. And then when we started, the online classes, all our teachers were watercolor teachers. So then we continue from there.
Right.
Yeah, I wanted to first introduce. So, like I told you, we call it the V.I.E.W Academy, and we have mostly watercolor. So I want to show you some example of painting
Sure.
from the
Wow,
teacher.
that's amazing. Is that
Yeah,
watercolor?
it's watercolor. It's not a picture. It's really the it's
Wow,
really
it
the
looks
paint.
like a photography to me.
It does. It does. So it's one of our artists. She specializes in transparent and crystal and light bulbs and glasses. So that's one of the painting that she does in class for the participant. But then we have different styles. So this one, the teacher from Belgium, as in it's a scene from Belgium actually. So it's completely different than the previous one. Or this one is more loose. So it could be very detailed, but if you like a teacher that works looser,
Yeah, that one was done by Keiko Tanabe.
yes.
Yeah, I know her. I mean, she's so famous around, right?
Oh, she's very well known. Yeah,
Yeah,
we are very lucky to have very well known artists of international reputation.
yeah.
So this one is more working with the light.
Mm-hmm.
So this teacher specializes in, is well known for the light, and we have more contemporary watercolor painting.
Right.
So this artist, she always changed the color from the photo, and she always put animals are blue or green or red. So it's more contemporary. But then
Uh-huh.
we have also maybe more traditional and colorful painting, and also we have sketching. This one is not sketch, but it's in between. It's with ink, watercolor and ink.
Uh-huh.
And then we have also sketch with
Right.
either pencil, pen, and ink as well. So we
Yeah, that
quite,
one looks like some kind of a journal. I mean, I see some writings under the picture. There's a little painting, then there's some writing on it.
yeah,
So,
some writing. So
yeah,
especially when we go on location, when we can go back to traveling, travel sketching and journaling is very popular because
yeah, right.
you don't have that much time, because the light is changing. So you paint maybe for 2 hours on location, and then they write the what they saw. And oh, and one thing I wanted to show you, because it's interactive, this is a screenshot I took from the class.
Okay.
So people can show their painting to the teacher to get feedback.
Oh, I see.
So this one is, the end of the class. So we take a group picture, but they don't show, the painting all at once, but one at a time during the class, several times during the class, the teacher will say, okay, I'm going to look at your art and I'm going to give you feedback. So each of them show their painting. And so that's why we don't do webinar, because
Right,
you will not be able to interact the same way. And we really want
right.
people to interact.
So
So
this way you can actually take questions and answer the,
yes,
yeah,
people can
that's
ask
right.
questions. They can unmute themselves. They
Right.
don't have to be muted if they are
And you can
quiet.
have some kind of critique session too, I guess.
Yes, so the teacher does a critique, which benefits for the other people as well,
Right.
when they wait for their turn.
Yeah.
So it's very interactive. So that's what it's, I think, very popular.
And also you can take more students at a time than going outside and having a small group sessions like a plein air, because the the Zoom meeting, you can have, more people and still be able to interact with each other, right?
Yes, so we on location we take 12 participants because
Uh-huh.
we don't want big group. We want people
Right.
to have a good time and have time to interact with the teacher. And online we take 16, which is not much more.
Yeah.
We could, some people were asking us when it was sold out, and they say, why is it sold out? There is no limit on Zoom, but we do limit because we want the student to have time to receive feedback from the teacher.
That's right. Yeah.
And we organize event. I want to show you this coming up event. That's the first time we do like a marathon paint along.
Oh,
So
okay.
coming up May 1st and 2nd, it's we call it V.I.P weekend because the teachers are V.I.P, but it's for virtual international paint along.
So
So
this is like a non-stop painting event.
yes, kind of nonstop. I mean, we have one teacher at a time that's going to demo for an hour and a half, and then there is a break, and then the next teacher is going to demo. And it's actually more than a demo. We're going to send to the participant the supply list, the material then they need, the reference photo, so they can prepare and paint with the teacher during
Right.
the weekend.
So there's some break between the first day and the second day. People have to sleep, right?
Yes, and even during the first day, there was a 15 minutes break between each class, and then there was a 45 minutes break for lunch. And so it's 6 teachers in one day. It stops at 5 p.m. It's not too
I
late.
see. Okay.
Pacific time.
Then they get together next morning.
And next morning they come back and they attend, and they can attend 1 or 2 classes or 5 or all of them.
Oh, so you give them option to take as many as they want.
Yeah, well, the price is for the all weekend, all classes. It's a pass.
Oh, I see.
So they cannot pay just for one class. They pay
Oh,
for,
so they just pay for the whole program, but then they can choose to which class they take, and
yes, exactly. And
yeah,
then we
and
record the
right.
session because they will not probably attend 12 sessions. That's a lot. So
I
we record the session, and they can have a replay of the session if they miss something.
Yeah. So okay, so you're focusing on this program called a V.I.E.W.
Mhm.
V.I.E.W.
Yeah.
Do you have any other programs that you'd like to introduce here?
Well, I show you this trip to the French Alps.
Uh-huh.
So that's the hotel when we stay. So we always choose, a beautiful location. So that's where
Ah,
you can,
nice.
and that's the view from your bedroom. So
Uh-huh.
you see Mont Blanc,
Yeah,
and
I see the Alps there. Yeah.
you can even have the sunset on Mont Blanc. So
Oh,
from
wow.
the terrace, and then we do, that's another location in Spain, northern of Spain, and that's the view from the hotel. I took the picture from the hotel.
Wow, nice.
So, and what we do, because some places could be very crowded, we try to find small villages for people to paint. And so, because we are from Europe, and the guides that work for me, we are all from Europe, so we know the places very well. So we
Right.
always manage to find, even this is Provence, and Provence is very touristy. But if you know some non-touristy villages, then you can bring people to, like, what we call Jackie's Secret Village.
Yeah.
People
Uh,
paint, and then I said, don't put the name on it. I want to keep it secret. So they write my name. And one thing I want to point out is that we help people the most we can. We say the tagline of the company is "Don't be a tourist, be our guest."
Uh-huh.
So to treat people as a guest, for example, here you see all the chairs are the same, right? Except
Right.
the teacher. So we bring the chairs for people.
Ah, I see.
And we even carry some of the chairs. I mean, we cannot carry 12 chairs, but some people are maybe older or they have
Right.
problem walking. So we carry their gears, we carry their chairs,
That's
and
nice.
we try to help them.
Yeah.
So in Provence, this is the same. And we always find a place that's in shade.
Uh-huh.
Because we organize the trip, but we create the trip. So we think
Yeah.
about everything ahead of time. So people cannot be in the sun. So
Right.
we
This
have
is
to make sure.
Tuscany. It looks
No,
like Tuscany.
this is Provence.
Oh, really? Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
Provence.
South France?
Yes, yes. So it was tricky to find a place where they have a big tree where you can have shade, but we find it.
Yeah,
And then I'm going to go quickly because maybe we're running out of time. So when it's at the end of the trip, we always do a feedback. The teacher does a critique, and people share what they have done during the trip. If the weather is not nice, then we of course we can work inside. And in Giverny, for example, it's a sunroom, so yeah, inside, but you can see the garden, you can see everything like you were outside.
I
So
see.
we always try to find the best places. Last thing I want to point out is that we try, like I said, people are our guests, so we do the best we can. So, for example, here it was starting to rain, so the tour guide stand there with the umbrella when the guest was finishing her painting, so her painting didn't get all wet.
Ah,
And we do celebrate birthday. We feel that it's important that we treat people like our friends.
yeah,
So, and for lunchtime, we never leave people alone. Like during the trip, we organized a picnic. And when it's in the evening, we go with them to the restaurant. We don't leave them by themselves. If they want us to be with them, we go with them. So we try to do. And the last picture is what people, that's what they offer me at the end of the trip. We love Jackie. So,
nice.
so I guess that means the trip was a success. So
Yeah, right.
that's rewarding for me when people are happy.
Yeah,
So
great.
that's what I
Wow.
wanted to share.
Yeah, just by looking at all these pictures, people should feel that they really want to go and join you. Yeah. To find art workshops by French Escapade, go to the workshop finder, workshop-finder.com. Here is the workshop finder website where you can see art workshops, photography workshops, writing workshops, and music workshops all together. So let's go to the art workshops section. Start with the listings for year-round workshops. Then April, May, and here's the workshop, the online workshop by French Escapade. It's called the V.I.P Weekend, Virtual International Paint Along with 12 Masters. Join us for a weekend of a watercolor extravaganza. 12 internationally acclaimed watercolor masters will paint with you step by step. Sounds pretty exciting. Let's see more info. Here's a French Escapade's own website. Virtual International Paint Along V.I.P Weekend, May 1st through 2nd, 2 days. 2-day paint along with 12 world-renowned artists. It's like a grand, delicious buffet of sampling all kinds of teachers and painting styles. You can take the classes that you want on your plate in real time and try the others later on your own time with a recording. Like a doggy bag, LOL. Yeah, that sounds great. Okay, so here are all the details you can read about. And these are the artists that you're gonna meet. They're all well-known, wonderful artists. So you can get VIP tickets here on this website. Okay, thank you again for watching, and see you soon.